King Charles has been branded too woke after he gave the impression to be snubbing Australia Day by not issuing a message marking it. Sky News Australia host Chris Kinney hit out at the monarch, who became the head of state of Australia following the death of Queen Elizabeth II, claiming he appeared ashamed of the day by not publicly marking it. The host said, "We had our own national day last week, and King Charles, the King of Britain and Australia, he didn't even offer a Happy Australia Day message. This king is too woke to even mention Australia Day, seemingly ashamed of the day his own country claimed Australia as a colony." On January 26, the royal family's official Twitter account made no mention of Australia Day and didn't share a message penned by the king to mark it. The tweets published on the day included a countdown to the king's coronation, pictures of Princess Anne visiting the King's Royal Hussars Regiment in Estonia and a mention to Charles' visit to the Africa Centre. While Australia Day was not mentioned by the royal family's Twitter account, on Sunday it shared a message penned by the King for New Zealand ahead of Waitangi Day, the country's national day, both in English and in Te Reo Maori. Mr. Kinney went on referring to the news the King will not appear on the new Australian $5 banknotes, saying his apparent snub to Australia Day gave him no reasons to complain about the choice. Charles has made no mention publicly of the announcement made by the Reserve Bank about the decision to use the $5 banknote to pay tribute to the culture and history of first Australians rather than to the new king. However, Vicky Treadell, the British High Commissioner to Australia, said the UK was relaxed about the prospect of not having the new sovereign replacing Queen Elizabeth II on the notes. She told ABC Radio, "It is for Australia to decide what it wants on its coins, and on its notes. You are a realm in your own right." King Charles will still appear on cent coins, to be minted later this year. The decision not to use the effigy of Charles on the $5 banknote in Australia was approved by the Labour government came as the Australian Monarchist League said it is expecting Prime Minister Anthony Albanese to hold a referendum on the monarchy within just years. Australia Day marks the anniversary of the arrival in 1788 of the First Fleet at Port Jackson in New South Wales and the raising of the British flag at Sydney Cove by Sir Arthur Phillip to proclaim the land a colony. Modern-day celebrations aim at highlighting the country's diversity and history, with an acknowledgement that, prior to the arrival of Westerner explorers and colonizers, the indigenous population had been living in the country for more than 62,000 years. Nevertheless, some Australians see the day as a symbol of British colonialism and have labelled it Invasion Day. To show their opposition to celebrate their country on a day linked to colonialism, many take part in protests held every January 26. A statue of Captain James Cook located near St Kilda Beach has been, in the past, the target of some protesters who doused it in paint. King Charles is the head of state in Australia, Britain and 13 more overseas realms.